What's up, Specter people? My cheekbones are so high. Welcome to Catharsis Art. This installation, piece, photo session, video, whatever thing. I was actually pretty scared to do this initially. Mostly because when you're talking about things that make people uncomfortable, like sex or drugs or mental illness or abuse or trauma, you're always going to have people who have inherent reactions to that stuff in a negative way. The only thing that I can say about it for myself is I have my own issues and problems and dramas and things that happen in my life. But the reason that I do this is to both educate and sort of get whatever is inside of me out. Good old you art. But anyway, so this is a piece that's going to be about obsessive thoughts, and you can read more about it whenever I post it on the internets. And it is very hot in here. There are wood ants, and I did answer the food delivery exactly like this. Also, I'm very meta right now because I grabbed an extra tank top and did not realize that it was my Specter Vision. I've watched this one quite a bit, but my beautiful artwork, my Quest Jeffries from Abs Tattoos What's Nuts. It's good stuff. It's spicy delicious. But yeah, we're about to get art. R.I.P. my coffee from this morning. I keep hearing things dropping, and it's either an ant or like it was goop that I dropped, but it's still delicious. Last thing I want to say is if you or somebody you know is struggling with mental illness or substance abuse, I'm going to try and put some resources down below. You can always Google it. Nowadays, people say that mental illness is still not as talked about, but in my lifetime, I think the talking about it has increased about 15 trillion%. I'm very excited about that, and I hope that it continues, but there are lots of resources out there. Don't give up. I haven't given up yet, and apparently I'm not allowed. So I encourage you to reach out and seek help for any sort of issues you might be having, and know that you're not alone and you don't have to live in shame or feel like that whatever is happening to you is you're the only one, because you're definitely not. May not end up like this, but I love you. I'm Susie, aka Specter, and I wanted to explain a little bit about this piece that I did on obsessive thinking and obsessive thoughts. It's really important, I think, to say right now that if you or anybody you know is struggling with mental illness, that you should seek professional help. And I'll put some resources down in the description below. It's really important that we all talk about things and try to educate each other about things that a lot of people struggle with as far as mental illness is concerned. I have
a problem with obsessive thoughts. It's hard sometimes when you are anxious, you have anxiety, or certain types of obsessive disorders, to not be afraid of the future, or why someone hasn't talked to you, or the things you have to do for the day. And when it gets to the point where it's inhibiting your everyday life, the neurons in your mind lacing together over and over and over and over again just to sort of excrete pain into your body and cortisol and peptides, it can cause damage, and it's also not healthy at all. Practicing mindfulness is a good, easy starting technique for trying to break obsessive thoughts, but what I've done here is I've personified obsessive thoughts. I was once told by someone that I was in a cycle, and they said, oh, that's just the bad thoughts. And I felt like that was an apt description for what it is I was feeling, the bad thoughts. It almost like made them their own entity. You know, don't let yourself be consumed by the bad thoughts. I had someone once tell me, I will never leave you with the bad thoughts. And I feel like whenever I'm having issues like I have been, where I can't break out of my bad thoughts, I spiral, which is a common word that I've heard people use. They feel like they're spiraling. You're just going over and over and over again in these loops and cycles of bad. I practice different techniques, and also I go to therapy, and I have a lot of friends and family members who help take care of me whenever I'm having a bad cycle, so to speak. But I feel like this sort of helped me personify how I felt about the bad thoughts and things of that nature. Hopefully you enjoyed the art. It was really hard shooting in this super tiny room with no air really, and the reflected surfaces, but yeah, overall I feel like I accomplished something. But yeah, I encourage anyone who is having a hard time to seek professional help or find one of those references that I've left down below. And yeah, if you are someone who suffers with obsessive thoughts and you want to share your story here in a positive way, go right ahead. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure that you are all kind to each other. And I hope that wherever you go and whatever you do, that you dance, even if it's just in your heart. Bye. Bye.